Ngarana lava miha Berlin chivembi full tão tonga nanana pakevitra no Zama zahay tsy nafiko tsy nafiky ny malaso lasa nao ambinay telo ambiny folo ndre araiky sita mbo sy noavy Zama igny amin'io mbo sy nisy Zama.
Casualties of a war with no end in sight. These are the corpses of suspected cattle rustlers, known here in southern Madagascar as dahalo. Fed up with the constant threat of violent crime and the lack of police to protect them and their livestock, many villagers have set up their own defense units, or Zama.
Satria zany zahay igny raha fa hoe hita zany dahalo sy mipody davy da fa rizaloa zany gn'indesina aminanzy miaraka amin'ny vy zay gn'ampiresina aminanzy magny.
The Zebu, Madagascar's distinctive breed of humpbacked cattle, is integral to the country's economy. The animals are a source of meat, milk and draft power. They often represent a family's life savings and reflect their standing in the community. Cattle rustling is not new in Madagascar. It used to be a rite of passage. Only after stealing a zebu could a boy become a man. But increasingly, thefts are organized on a commercial scale, with large profits to be made from stolen and trafficked cattle. More than twice as many zebu were stolen in 2013 than in 2012. And the human casualties are mounting. Ill-equipped and poorly motivated security forces have been unable to stem the crime wave, especially in the Zones Rouges, vast areas in the south where the government has little control and jobs are scarce. Around 70% of Madagascar's population live in poverty. This makes zebu, worth upwards of $200 a head, tempting prey for desperate young men. Rumors abound over the dahalo's leadership and their alleged links to politicians and the military. The most notorious dahalo, a former presidential guard commander known as Remanabila, now has a $50,000 bounty on his head. This woman's husband, a gendarme, was killed during a clash with the dahalo in June 2012. Dahalo rarely face trial. Even those who are arrested tend to be released because witnesses are too scared to testify or don't trust the legal system to deliver justice.
Izy zany nipetraka tamin'ny toerana naharitra dia misy dahalo zany zay voasambotry tamin'io tonga amin'ny gendarme zany dia alefandreo miverina avao. Dia karaha nisy fotoan'andro amizay zany fandinihako anazy nandalo amin'ny tanàna io zany dia nany réserve le dahalo voasambotra taloha zay alefan'ny tribunal sy gendarme miverina mody fotsiny.
When the village of Fenoarivo was attacked, its 100 inhabitants fled. They only returned 3 months later.
Dirany agnaty tragno dia nitanany famaky dia nahiny akandriny atoky ny famaky. Ngaboao izy volan-janakanao be ato zao. Voneo se orakembe igny reniko zany fa sy misy vola agneto. Sy misy vola agneto ja sy misy vola agneto ja vono eo. Lasany tamizay zany dra izy aby raika amby fitopolo. Avy eo amizay zany avy an-dalana agny na lasaky ny olo nisakana anazy ny efapolo. Na zany fa sy hoe lasaky. Fanapahakevitsiko ndra fa matao regny vao misy ane fisehoan'ny dahalo dra fa zahay lomaelo satria matao-sy gn'ainay ho maty.
The village's stolen zebu were most likely sold in Ambalavao, the largest zebu market in Madagascar. But they might also have reached the neighboring islands of the Comoros or Mauritius or Reunion, where there was believed to be a thriving trade in stolen cattle. Zebu ownership is backed by documents, but these can be forged and officials can be bribed, so stolen animals tend to circulate freely. The National Army and the paramilitary gendarmes are proving no match for the bandits.
Ja, misy fokiezaka akotrany fampitomboana mpitandro filaminana dia nifandraisan'ny vahoaka anjara amin'ny ady amin'ny asandahalo. anisan'ny sakana lehibe zay le tsy fananana fitaovana zay kanefa kosa zany na misy an'ireo fitaovanareo le toerana misy an'le dahalo araka le voalazako teo tsy vitany tsy atafidiran'ny tomobily zany ka tsy foana tanteraka io zany raha tsy le voalaza teo ambony reo zany tsy foana tanteraka misy any mety omby folo nangalarina omby roapolo fa le fangalarana anjatony sy amanarivony zany mety foana rehefa manana fitaovanareo.
In 2013, nearly 19,000 zebu were stolen, with a combined value of several $1 million. The notorious Remanabila has been blamed for much of this theft. In 2012, government forces mounted a major operation against the dahalo in the south, but insecurity there remains rife. So most villagers hire a couple of Zama, the only form of protection available. The Zama's weapons tend to be crude: axes, iron rods and knives. The only job qualifications are to be male and over 18. The authorities tolerate the Zama's activities. According to the vigilantes themselves, this includes killing the bandits. The Zama receive no official training or weapons, and they rely on local villagers to pay their salaries. The state has little presence here, and the dahalo are getting better at forging the papers needed to move livestock long distances. So there is little hope that the cycle of violence that surrounds cattle theft in Madagascar will end anytime soon.